It starts as a routine traffic stop and ends with state police officers firing bullets into a minivan full of children. Newly released video from a patrol car dashboard camera shows the October 28th incident between Oriana Farrell and New Mexico State Police. There's a chase, a confrontation involving Farrell's 14-year-old son, and another chase, and then the shots. So it's a crazy story out of New Mexico.
Get out of the vehicle right now!
Truly an unbelievable story there. And of course, there is an ongoing investigation. We'll have the details of that, of course, as it unfolds. Also, folks, of course, we have a question of the day here on News One now. And so People Magazine, they've come out with their sexiest man alive. OK, I don't understand why in the world the brother didn't win again this year. But then again, not many brothers have actually won the award. Denzel Washington is the only African-American to ever be named People's Sexiest Man Alive. So that is our question of the day. Which brother you think should be People's Sexiest Man Alive? Go ahead and vote for Roland Martin. No, so whoever want to vote for, give us a call. We want to hear from you. 877-373-9766. 877-373-9766. Time for our panel. Angela, who you vote for?
Oh, without a doubt, Idris Elba. Why are y'all looking at me like that? Without a doubt, I'm definitive.
Angela, who show you on?
The Roland Martin.
Right, what you should have said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Time out. Let's back it up.
Right, okay.
If I'm dealing with a Hollywood star, Idris Elba, but,
right.
you know, a star, it's Mr. Martin.
so for you, Idris.
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, then. I still think it's crazy. And again, first, you never had an African-American who's ever been on The Bachelor. The Bachelor has never had an African-American.
Right.
But they've had a couple of lawsuits. And all these years, what is it, 25 years of people?
Yeah.
They've had this list. One brother made the cut. That's it?
Out of all the good-looking brothers I know in Hollywood.
All right, time for our panel. Ray Baker of Politic365.com, journalist Angela Ray, and also Hughey Newsome with TheObjectiveCitizen.com. All right, folks, lots of things happening. What I want to deal with is Arne Duncan story. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan was at a conference, and they were talking about these Common Core principles that have been passed. And so in his speech, Arne Duncan says that the real problem here is you got these white conservative women or these white moms in the suburbs who now realize that their kids are not as smart as they thought they were. Now you got white suburban women who are up in arms over his comment. But what is your take on it? Because what he's saying is, now we put these things in. They thought they were going to these great schools and their kids were so smart. And the new procedures are showing, no, your kids ain't necessarily that bright.
Absolutely. One of the things we're seeing, though, is that the education policy in the United States for a long time has always favored those who have money over those who have perhaps intellect. And so what hopefully we can see Arne Duncan and the Obama administration begin to continue to do is to identify those students who are the best and brightest, no matter where they are, no matter what their income levels are, and put them in the place where they can be the most successful. That's what we hope from our education policy. And what we have to find is that sometimes that's going to offend some people who operate with certain assumptions.
Right.
And we need to make sure that our children who are underprivileged, that they are being taught by teachers who are good teachers, who are excellent teachers. And we have to find a way to bring them into the fray. But the comment that Arne Duncan made was the truth. And he initially did not roll back the comment, which I respected. You know, stand by what you said. I mean, it's true. White suburban moms, you know, they're thinking one thing and it's a whole totally different thing. What's wrong with the fact that he said that? What's wrong with the fact that he said white suburban moms?
No, I think this is a great point that we need to think about school choice. And how do we get you talk about the diamonds in the rough, I refer to them as the diamonds in the rough. So those in the inner cities that are very intelligent, but don't have the right opportunities. So how do we get them out of those dropout factories and put them into a situation where they can go to Harvard and Princeton and Stanford? And this really is a great discussion starter for really thinking about vouchers and school choice.
Yeah, but here's the deal. But white suburban moms ain't particularly happy that he called them out.
Right.
And so they're saying, you know, how dare you, say that? But I think really what he's saying is that, look, when you begin to assess standards, there's this notion that, again, oh, you go to a low-performing school, you go to inner city school, you're not doing so well. What these new testing procedures are showing is that even in these suburban schools where people thought, oh, they're so much better, they're being exposed for not necessarily having a much better or quality education.
So one of the things I think we have to do, though, is change our language a little bit. And with all due respect to Secretary Duncan's comments, when we kind of wrap ourselves up losing in the comments, we lose the policy whether or not we want to debate what's most effective there. But the policy, though, as opposed to pulling diamonds in the rough out of dropout factories, let's change dropout factories. And let's ask some critical questions about why dropout factories are what they are, if we're going to use this language that they are those such things. And so why are we looking to just pluck one or two fortunate few and put them in better situations, as opposed to changing the infrastructure and the environment that's creating these poor performing schools?
Oh, I'd love to do that, but that's hard to do, as we've seen. We haven't seen Democrat or Republican, nobody on Capitol Hill, building right behind me, has been able to put forth a plan that really tackles this.
Well, first, one of the reasons why, because most education policies are done on the state level, as opposed to in Washington, D.C.
But you still have the power. You still have the power of the purse.
No, I understand the power of the purse, but again, the reality is, when it comes to school funding, those dollars are coming from property taxes. They're coming from sales taxes. They're coming from, in Alabama's case, you have a foundation set up. That's really where the money is coming from. And so I simply think that what Secretary Duncan, why what he said was important is we have a disconnect when it comes to black and white when it comes to education. We know for a fact that you have folks who are moving out to their own neighborhoods who are saying, look, they know they can price other people out based upon houses, and by having a different standard, you're now seeing that even your education, which was perceived to be so much greater, so much better, really isn't the case. And so to me, if you're a white suburban mom, stop getting the attitude. What you should be saying is, why isn't my child getting a better education?
Right. Right. So you're angry all about this stuff that doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, your child, who you thought was going to automatically make it into Harvard or Wellesley, et cetera, i.e., they're not going to make it in there because they're not getting the same stuff that you thought they were. You had your kids on this pedestal, and Arnie said no. And now he's in trouble.
A testament to the federal dollar question that we were having a little bit earlier is the state of Maryland. The state of Maryland routinely is #1 when it comes to education and all the metrics across the board. However, they have some of the largest disparity among African American and white Americans with regards to how we look at. When we look at the state of Maryland, we see in Howard County, in Montgomery, and Prince George's, but yet Baltimore City and Prince George's County don't strike as well. And Prince George is a wealthy county.
Hold tight 1 second. I got to go to a break, folks. More from the panel when we come back. Comedian Gary Owens is actually going to join us on the panel. We'll see how that goes. Our question of the day, which brother you believe is the sexiest man alive who should be on People's cover? Call us 877-373-9766, 20 after the hour. This is News 1 Now.